Okay, so today I'm with a much more intelligent man than myself, Dr. Anton Arrizabalaga.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank
What does
you.
it feel like?
Yeah, it feels good. Feels good. I'm very happy. Definitely, yeah, grateful because I could finish my PhD. Also get a new job. Yeah, I'm excited for the future.
How did the whole week go?
Um,
Because you had
it
a
was
lot, you had a lot to do that week, right?
yeah. It was kind of exciting, but I was also feeling pretty nervous. However, I knew that I was ready. So that's why I could turn my nerves into excitement. And yeah, I think I could perform very well due to that preparation.
You're the kind of guy who does well under pressure, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. As long as I feel prepared, I can do it. Yeah.
So you had the PhD defense, the
Yeah.
interview, and then a conference as well.
Yeah.
Everything in the same way.
Yeah.
How was the process, the interview itself?
The interview. Okay. First I had to talk about uh, my ambitions, why I wanted the position, uh, which were my plans or which were my because this position is a postdoctoral research position, so I had to defend my research. I had to previously I had presented a research proposal, so I had to defend it. And first I had like what 10 minutes or 15 minutes just to give kind of a speech, tell them my background, uh, telling them about my research proposal and how my experience and ambitions could fit in the agency. So, and after that, they straight away turned it into a technical interview, and we talked. They shared the script, and we started talking about yeah, very technical stuff.
What's your job description? What are your daily tasks going to be there?
Yeah, I'm gonna be researching how the future power management system is going to be in the satellites. So I'm not going to be designing products that are going to be flying to the space, but I'm going to be looking for new opportunities to improve the power management system. So I'm going to check for new components, new semiconductors, new techniques, and I'm going to check if those new components, techniques, and so on can fit their current system. And if maybe, let's say in 10 years' time or something, they can actually implement them in products.
And okay, and in the interview itself, uh, did they tell you how many people you were competing against, or
Yeah.
how much did they tell you about how the process was going?
They informed me that this was the last interview, so the decision will be made uh, based on this interview only. So I will not have any more phases, but I don't know how many people we were doing the interview or anything else. I know that, for example, the interview was delayed like 15 minutes. So I know that there were, I guess they were doing interviews for the whole day, but that's just a guess. So I don't know. They didn't tell me, but they explained me very precisely how the process was. Not how many candidates were, but how the process was. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and if you had to prepare it again, is there anything you would do differently, or you think you were ready for it?
Yeah, I was very ready. I was very well prepared. And in terms of, I see it now. I didn't feel it in the moment, but after the interview, yeah, I can feel it now. I would definitely not change a thing. in my preparation, not even in the interview, because I had very well prepared my first speech. I knew that I would have the chance to kind of give my speech. I didn't know if it was going to be in the beginning or in the end, but I knew that I would have to talk about my motivation, how my expertise could fit in that position, and so on. So I prepared that, and I had kind of a very well prepared speech for about 10 minutes. So I knew that I had to give that speech, and I would prepare exactly the same. That speech, I think it was very well prepared, and I also focused a lot during the week on the basics of power electronics because that's I think the technical content of the interview was also very important. I would review more about other technical stuff such as control and maybe I overlooked a bit and they also asked. I obviously did pretty well in the technical part, but I would maybe give a bit more attention to the control part, not only topologies and stuff, but in terms of I think I was very well prepared. Yeah. Yeah. And I wouldn't change much. Maybe focus a bit more on the control part, but all of the rest was okay.
So more than preparing for the interview itself, it was that you were well prepared because because you perform well under pressure, and it's you've got that kind of personality and all that, but also because you know the subject really well, right?
Yeah, I think knowing the subject really well. Uh, the most important part of the interview for sure was the technical part, and not only knowing the right answer, but also showing them which your thought process is. So, for example, the first thing they did was share the screen and they show me the power management system of the satellite. It was the first time that I was seeing such a diagram. And they told me, okay, can you describe what you are seeing here? Okay, I had no idea what I was seeing, but I could dissect it, step by step. So I think it's important to show them which your thought process is, go step by step, be organized on your thoughts, and be able to express your thoughts. So let them know which your thought process is.
And it worked.
Obviously, it did. Yeah, yeah, but I could see them that they were connected to me. They were paying attention to what I was saying. I could also see their faces, see which their reactions were while I was speaking. So they were also giving me feedback while I was trying to explain and trying to guess what I was seeing. So it's also important to have this kind of connection with the interviewer, so you can get a lot of information. Or maybe you think you are seeing something, you start telling them, his face changes, so you say, oh, maybe it's not that way, and you change your mind. It's kind of you have to interact with them.
So how many of them were they? 3 people.
3 of them, yeah, yeah.
And who were they, or what's the
power management group? I guess leader or manager. One of the researchers of the power management group, and then the human resources guy. Okay. He also took part in the interview. The human resources guy took part in the interview. In the end, he had like maybe 20, 25 minutes. He just was like a machine gun shooting me questions. Yeah.
And when do you start?
1st of May.
1st of May. So you're moving there?
Yeah, I'm moving. I'm flying to Leiden in the Netherlands the 28th of April. So I will have a weekend to settle down, and 1st of May, I've already started.
By the way, did they ask you about French or not?
Oh, French? No, they didn't.
Okay.
No, it was just English.
All right. Yeah, I guess they already saw that in your profile, and maybe they maybe they hire specifically French speaking people for certain
Hmm.
jobs, or maybe not.
Yeah,
Who
yeah, I don't
knows?
know. Yeah, but uh, I for sure know that in the power management group they speak English, so not French. So maybe, as you say, for some specific groups or teams, they are looking for French. For others, they are just okay with English.
What about the other two events?
Yeah,
The main. I mean, I don't know which one was the main event, but I guess the PhD defense was the main event, right?
yeah. That was most difficult one for sure. Um,
It was that was more difficult than the interview with the
no,
ESA.
no, 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 not at all. No, I was feeling a lot more nervous for the interview than for the PhD defense, for sure. But because it was, uh, I had more uncertainty in the interview,
Yeah.
but also the PhD is kind of, it's just to sum up the work you have done during a very long time. In the interview, you have to, it's just an hour. Well, we spent an hour and a half, but yeah, it's very short time to show who you are and to convince people that don't know you. So I think it's much harder. The interview and in the PhD defense, they have your dissertation. They have read they've read the work. You have been in contact with them for several months, so they know you better and they know your work. So it's much easier, in my opinion. Also, the English level of the members of the committee in the PhD was not very high compared to the ESA.
Hmm.
So yeah, I was feeling a lot more confident with my English in the PhD.
But
I
there's
also could
also
prepare it better.
but there's also the fact that in the PhD you've got in the interview it was like you had nothing to lose, right? You just show up, give it a try, and you didn't really expect because it's a
I didn't expect it, but I wanted.
yeah, of course. But what I mean is there's much more to lose in the interview, right?
Yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
no. I mean, this
In the
nothing to
PhD,
lose, and the interview there's a lot to win and nothing to lose, and in the PhD defense you have a lot to lose, right? But you assume you're gonna do
yeah,
it right.
you really have to mess it up really bad not to pass, not to
Mm.
pass. But but you also have a lot of time to prepare. So and you know that the questions that you are going to receive are about something that you have been doing and you are the expert in the room. So I felt a lot more confident. Also, as answering the questions or defending my work in the interview, I didn't want to mess up. I didn't want to, yeah, I didn't want to waste the opportunity. I mean, if there was someone better than me, then all right, that's it. But I wanted to feel that I gave my 100%. So I didn't want to waste the opportunity. That's what I felt. So that's why I was feeling a bit anxious. I didn't want to, I don't know, look like a clown or yeah. But you don't know what to expect, and maybe you don't find a friendly environment. And but yeah, it was totally the opposite. They were extremely friendly. They were uh, they were very ready to listen. They were ready to interact whenever I asked questions because I asked questions. They were ready to answer. They were very friendly. They gave me confidence. It went very well. It went very very well. So yeah, objective. Yeah, I achieved the objective 100% in the interview. When I finished the interview, I said, okay, if there's someone better than me, good on them. But I'm very happy with what I did. and that's it. I gave my all, and one more for the books. I know.
How did you
Yeah, sorry.
celebrate the whole thing? You must have celebrated, right? Do you
Not
go on
not
holiday
much.
or something?
Not
No?
much. Not much. No. I'm going on holiday now. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna fly to Thailand for 2 weeks now.
Thailand.
With yeah. I'm going on holiday with two friends. Uh, Two of us have already graduated and we are already doctors, and the other one is about to become a doctor. I expect he will finish it by summer. So yeah, we are celebrating all the years that we have spent all together. So yeah, but for the new position, I haven't done anything yet. I don't know. Maybe I'm waiting for to settle a bit in the Netherlands. My girlfriend's gonna come visit the second week I'm there. So she's gonna come. We're gonna spend a week in Leiden. So yeah, I'm gonna for sure take her to dinner and a nice restaurant in Leiden. And yeah, we're gonna celebrate that.
Okay. Thailand, huh?
Thailand, huh? Yeah, I'm
Are
going
you
to Phuket.
are you going to train?
No,
You should
no.
try it at least once. It's a
Yeah,
really interesting experience.
I uh, I wanted to even have a fight in Phuket in one of those bars. Just like an amateur kickboxing fight. But yeah, I haven't been training. I mean, it's impossible. I tried to train for 2 weeks straight MMA, but after, of course, the interview came. I had to prepare for the PhD. Now I'm getting ready for the holiday. I'm moving, so I'm too busy. I do not have time
Yeah.
to train, and I don't want to go there without training. If I had been training for 2 months straight, I would have fought. I would have fought, but without training, I'm not. I'm not going to.
No. I meant just a training session. Yeah, it's a different style of training. It's they are hard workouts, but there's no they go really light in sparring, and they really try not to hurt each other, and it's really technical. I really liked it when I was there.
Well, you know that I'm not that kind of fighter,
Yeah.
so I'm not the technical guy in the room. I'm not the one who goes light in sparring. So yeah,
Yeah. So then just party and
yeah,
visit
that's the
places
plan.
and go to the beach.
Reset. Yeah, spend a good time with the boys. We definitely deserve it after 3 years and a half of hard work. We have made lifelong memories all together. We have spent a lot of very sweet times, but also we have cried a lot all together. So
It's
it's a
um
very long way.
it's a
It's a
lot
very
of
long
work,
way.
right?
Yeah. I'm
It's a
not
lot of work and a lot of pressure and stress, right? Uh,
more than pressure and stress. I felt a lot of pressure in the last half year, maybe in the last 4 to 5 months. But most of the times, uh, you feel very lonely during. It's kind of walking in the desert without knowing where you're going and knowing if you will ever reach a better place. So it turned out very well for me, but
lonely in the sense of uh, you doing it all on your own or by yourself, or because you don't have time
no,
for a social
uh,
life.
because you are on your own.
Because you still have time to train, to play rugby, to like, socialize with people. You did all those things while you were.
Yeah, I found out that I am kind of in the chaos. I'm kind of organized, so I always have time for everything. But I'm not. I mean, I'm not the common PhD student for sure. Usually, the social life I had during my PhD is not common at all. Usually, the people stops training, stops doing sports, and it was totally the opposite for me. I was still playing rugby. I started CrossFit. I was fighting. Yeah, it's totally different. But most of the people just stop and they focus a lot on the PhD, mostly in the end.
How much? How
However,
much? How much work is that on average on a week? Like, how much time do you need per day or per week to?
the contract says 8 hours a day, so it's 40 hours a week.
So it's 40 hours a week of doing paid work, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Plus, then you do research. Oh,
No. Your work is to research. Your work is to do research. So
so
sometimes you have to do research for a certain company, but it depends. It depends. It depends on the department, on the university you are doing the PhD for. Maybe you can do it for a company. Maybe you can do it with a scholarship. Maybe you do it for free. Maybe you're working somewhere else. You have a specific personal interest, and you develop your PhD. Of course, you will need much more time, maybe even 10 years to finish your PhD because you're not working full time on it. But in the end, everything gets very foggy. So your contract says 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, but yeah, it gets extremely foggy. And I'm lucky enough to have a very organized mind and to be able to identify when I am performing and when I'm not. So when I'm not, I'm able to just turn everything off, go home, reset, or go train, for example, and go early next day. Or
how do
even
you manage it? How do you notice? How do you know when you're not being productive and you need to stop, for example?
you have to be very honest with yourself. Yeah, you have to be very honest. I mean, if you are, if you're just watching your laptop for 30 minutes and you haven't done anything, or you're just procrastinating, or go home.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot.
Yeah, you have to be. I mean, it's a tough process because uh, I know a lot of people who spend, I mean, all the hours and doesn't get benefit of those hours. You have to be honest with yourself and maybe, yeah, maybe today is not the day. Maybe you're just tired or but yes, sometimes even if it is not the day, you have to do it.
So
And you have to stay.
what do you do then? So are you're aware enough to you realize, okay, I'm not. I've been sitting in front of my laptop for a while. I haven't done shit. What next? Like, what do you do? How do you break that pattern
If I can, if I can, uh, I just leave and go
for the whole
home.
day?
Well, if it is 10 in the morning, then no. I go maybe work out and come back. Or I have done it several times. Go home, have lunch at home, uh, have a little nap, and then work from home in the afternoon.
So you don't have a timetable, right? You can come and go as you want.
As long as you don't have meetings, for example, or you are
Okay,
not working for a company. Yeah. Yeah. For example, right now I'm working from my girlfriend's house.
so you're at work right now.
I'm at work. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm stealing your time for this.
Don't worry, but those are the things that I can do. I can spend an hour with you and then work at 7 o'clock. In the university, there's no one in the department at 7, but maybe I am still working at 7. No worries. I can
Okay.
manage my time.
Uh, Theoretically, yeah. I mean, it's the same for me. I can do whatever I want with my time, but I should be productive, right? At the same time. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a
So
huge challenge for me.
that's what you have to think. I mean, and sometimes uh, you are able, and because you don't have a certain deadline, you can go home and rest, or you just call the day and that's it, and come back stronger tomorrow. But other times you just have to work because you have a deadline. So then it's, yeah, you have to be honest with yourself, and hey, stop, stop, and start working, because if not, you will have to do it at night. Or
How do you push yourself though when your mind's not there? You're getting distracted, or you procrastinating, you're tired, whatever. How do you push yourself to do work when you need to do it but you don't want to do it?
I don't know, but I do it. I mean, I don't have a technique, or I don't have a. I think it's just ability, natural ability. Yeah, I'm pretty good at it, honestly.
I think it's extremely important because if you can get things done consistently, you will achieve things. But if you can't be consistent and if you can't get things done,
I'm
it's
not a
really hard
consistent.
to.
I'm not a consistent worker, but I get things done all the time. So I can work 16 hours one day and four the next day. But yeah, I will get things done. And also, I'm able to finish tasks that will take 4 hours to some people in 1 hour. And because I have a very, I mean, deep working, the concept deep working,
Yeah.
it's, yeah, I'm able to deep work very well. I just have kind of a like tunnel vision, and when I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone. I know, but
How do
it's
you how do you deal with the distractions with your phone, your social media, all the stuff?
I just don't look at the phone. I just put it somewhere else, or yeah, and don't have it available. I only even close the email, for example. Even close the email. No emails, no distractions. Take the phone away, and yeah, focus. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to practice that.
It's sometimes it's kind of tough, because sometimes after lunch, for example, it's like, oh, I'm gonna watch a video, or yeah, I'm gonna, I don't know, read an article, or yeah, I'm gonna, that's procrastinating. So, but I know that at 8 or 7:30, I need to go to rugby training, and I have shit to do before rugby training. So it's suddenly it's boom, it's 6. Oh, I have been wasting my time all this time, and my deadline is still there. So,
Yeah.
and then boom, I just, okay, focus. That's it. I have to do it. And I do it. It's amazing. And I found out in the end of the PhD, and also with the opportunity with the PSA, and yeah, the conference, and the day has 24 hours. And if you make the most out of every hour, you can do a lot of things, a lot of things, a lot, a lot. It's not sustainable in my case, but for a couple of weeks, you can work very hard. And then maybe you need 1 or 2 days to rest. But if you really focus, if you have a goal, or at least if I have a goal, I'm a very hard worker. Without skipping a training, without working out every day,
I
playing
think
rugby games.
we waste probably like 3 to 4 hours a day in just getting distracted.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In my case, I would say 3 to 4 hours. I could
yeah.
get 3 to 4 hours of work, productive work done. If I manage to not be on my phone the whole time or not just, you know.
If I knew what I know now about distractions and deep working and these kind of things, I would have. I think I would be able to finish the engineering degree in 1 year. I'm 100% sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember how much time I wasted while I was a student. It's crazy. It's nonsense. Nonsense. Of course, you're 18, you're 20. Yeah, okay. And maybe that's not your priority. But if you set your priorities right and you focus on them,
Yeah. And it's the same for everything. It's the same thing in language learning.
yeah,
If you are productive and you've got your goals and you do effective work consistently, you can learn in 3 months what otherwise would take years and years of classes. Yeah.
it's it was surreal. During the week, uh, the previous week to the interview, I was while I was driving to work, to the gym, to the rugby training, back home, and so on. I was always listening to French podcasts. My understanding of French, I mean, it improved a lot, but crazy, crazy, in just a
For
week.
some specific reason, you were listening to that, just in case they ask you
Yeah,
about French.
yeah, yeah. And also, I also think that talking to yourself, I talk to myself a lot, a lot.
Yeah,
And trying to talk to myself in French,
it also
or
works. Yeah.
yeah, it does work. It does work. I speak loudly in my car while driving. So maybe I'm listening to a podcast and I'm answering the questions in the podcast in French. And it works. It works. It's crazy how much I improved in just 1 week. You can also lose it very fast. I mean,
Yeah, you use it or you lose it. That's true. But you can you can also recover it quickly if you start using
yeah,
it again.
yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah,
All right, man. I'm not going to steal more of your time. I know you're really busy, so
yeah.
gotta
I'm
let you go.
right now preparing the last exam before I leave because I'm gonna give an exam to my students before I leave to the agency. So yeah, I'm preparing that exam right now.
Um,
So
Let me know when you're in. Hopefully, we see each other at some point before you leave. But I
maybe
will 100% go visit at some point in the Netherlands.
to Leiden.
Yeah,
You're welcome, man.
maybe end of the year on summer at some point. Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And maybe Monday is a good day to have a beer afternoon. Monday afternoon.
Yeah, could do.
Okay, okay. I'll text you.
All right, man.
Bye bye. Oh, hey, Tige, I highly appreciate your work. Honestly, it gave me a lot of confidence. It's yeah. I mean, I was feeling very confident, and it's just repetition and having someone telling you that you are doing right. Yeah, it's yeah. It gave me my confidence was over the yeah.
Happy to hear. I'm really happy for you, man.
Yeah, yeah. I honestly think I deserved it, but
Yeah, you do, but I'm really happy that it all went well.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of crazy, man. It's yeah. It everything turned out better than what I expected. It's yeah. It's surreal, honestly. It's surreal. Surreal.
All right, man. Enjoy it. See you next week. All right.
Okay. Bye bye. Thank you. See
See
you.
ya.